So it's Friday. I'm up here at Crystal Lake at Joey's camp meetup, camp extravaganza. And if you didn't see where I listed this, I listed it a few times. He really puts on something for the kids and for families every year, once or twice a year. Ladder ball, you name it. Halloween, he does a big old thing. But I'm camped back over here. Let me show you. A lot of bugs up here at night tonight, so I have a net that I'm gonna throw over the top of me. I'm not gonna slay my sleeping bags out because scorpions up here and ants and all kinds of spiders. When I was pulling these rocks out, all kinds of spiders. I don't want them climbing in my bag, so my sleeping bag's still in my pack. When I put my sleeping bag down, I'll put a bug net over the top of me. But this is, I forget the name of this tarp. It'll be going across the screen now. I opened up so the wind will funnel in on me. It's hot up here. It's like 100 degrees. So it's bring the breeze in on me. Just funnel it all, sheet roll right down on me. Used it 10 by 10. Used it diagonal. Brought in the first two loops. One on the third loop and the third loop on the back. And then just the wedge to the tree. Pin that down. See, put my head up there and I'll be fine. Crystal Lake Campground. I'm packed up. I'm going to take a walk to the lake back there, and if there is still a lake, and do a little fishing. Go for a hike around, stop by and see owner of the cafe, Adam. If you ever see these, all these flags flying, that's Joey's camp. GD Ranger 77. Joey! GD Ranger 77, right? GDI Ranger 77. There'll be a link to him down below. Subscribe to this guy. He does some good videos, especially kid orientated. If you have kids, and he's always doing invites. And that's a movie screen. He's gonna show movies here tonight. Justin from Arizona is on his way up here. I don't know who else is gonna show up. Rich is supposed to show up, and I'm not sure who else. But I'll be back. Look at all these ice chests. That one's more down there. Here's my pack, Crystal Lake, and you're with your kids. A couple cool trails you can do. You can walk right down the road from the cafe. Cafe's right around the corner. The campground's Lake Trail, JCT Lost Ridge Trail, Crystal Lake, 1 mile this way. Go up, you can hit the road and follow the road. It's a lot easier. Look at these hundreds and thousands of ladybugs. I bet you Ice House Canyon is the red right now. They gather up there more than here. There's many here. Ice House Canyon 5-pack. There's another trail right here. I forget what that one's called, but that one goes up around this hill. Really cool. You'll never see anybody on it, and it'll come down in back of Adam's cabins by the. There it is, right there. Matter of fact, it goes up right here. Sometimes you see deer, bighorn sheep. Bighorn sheep rare. Deer you'll see. But it'll drop right back at the cabins. From there you can either keep going and hit the amphitheater, or you can come out back by the cafe, get something to eat or drink, and walk back to your campground. But I'm gonna take this lake trail here up to the lake. Ladybug action. Look at this. Millions of them. Look at the millions of them. This lake holds a special place for me. When I was a kid, my older brother got his first car. I believe it was a Chevy 2. And after that he got a Camaro, so I think it was when they had the Chevy 2. He brought me up here. It was always him and I. We were always doing stuff. He bought me a motorcycle. We'd ride motorcycles together. We're always doing stuff. And he brought me up here to Crystal Lake. First time I ever been up here. And I thought, man, there's a windy road. Then we got up here, drove right to it, had to go down them steps. Back then, I believe the bait shack was still, yeah, still, I believe they still had it there. But I think we caught a couple trout. But I always relate this lake, or what's left of it, this area, those steps, walking down those long steps. I was a little kid going back up them steps, seemed like these things are never gonna stop. But I'll always relate that to those times. This place froze in time at that point for me. So it'll always be special, even if it goes dry. Rarely see my brother these days. He lives in the same town, he works close, but he goes to work early, he works a lot of hours, and he's got a wife and kids and grandkids, and but here, we're always that age. And he's always here with me when I'm up here. Look at that. Okay, what you're looking at there, Little Jimmy is this way. In back of that is Hawkins. Actually, over that way is Hawkins. What you're looking at there, at the top of that spring, at the top of that gulch to the right, there's a spring. And when you're going up that trail to Little Jimmy, Windy Gap, you catch that one trail that comes over, that goes to Hawkins, you'll pass that spring. That's that creek you cross. You gotta come way out here. You'll cross another creek right there that's actually flowing. You'll cross this all the way around. You'll go around this mountain. You'll go around 2 or 3 other ones. You get to Hawkins. South Hawkins. Now when you get to Hawkins, there's a couple places to hammock camp around the top. It's pretty flat, but it gets pretty windy. But around the back, there's a decline that goes all the way down to a ridge, where if you cross that ridge, squirrel, if you cross that ridge, you can go to Rattlesnake Peak. It's a good shuttle hike. Park one car at Heaton Flats, East Fork Trailhead, and then drive up here to Crystal Lake, park by the cafe, or actually park at the furthest inland parking lot, which is the back of the campground by the bathroom where the PCT comes down. You'll see a sign for the PCT, and hike up that like you're going to Little Jimmy, and take the Hawkins Trail. Go up to Hawkins, spend the first night on Hawkins, go over, spend another night on Rattlesnake, and then walk down to your car, drive back around. That's a nice 2 days out. It can be done in one day, but I like going Friday night hike up to Hawkins, and then Saturday day over to Rattlesnake. You don't want to do it on a sunny day though. There's no water on route other than that one spring back there. But all of this back there going down, there's no water on route. So what I've done, I've come in the week before and go up to Hawkins and stash maybe a gallon of water or half a gallon of water. And then the following week when you do your hike, you can go in light go in with just enough water to make it there. Make sure you stash it good, fill up, and take off from there. Here's where that trail takes you down, right to this parking lot. But look, there's some tables over there, picnic. There's a barbecue. This area's closed right now. You can't drive up here. You gotta hike. And no fires allowed. But this is where my brother brought me, you know. Came in, drove down there. Now I've never been up here at this point. At that point, I'd never been up here. So it was all new to me, and it was really thriving at the time. I mean, that lake was crowded, elbow to elbow. Magic, it was a magic time in life. Okay, although it's small, there's more water in this lake than has been in here the last 10 years. I saw it last time I came up here, that center and that center were almost touching. This is good news. This is really good news. Now, when my brother brought me the lake was about where the boulders stop and about where that tree line is. All the way around, this is lake. So they had a shack somewhere, maybe, I think right here. And there she had a boat that would go out there, clean up stuff. A little rowboat, a little trolling motor on it. But these are those steps that came down. And I remember I caught my trout on this end. Think of how many years ago that was. That was about 1974. Almost 50 years ago. And I remember where I caught my trout. That's what fishing does. It's an obsession. I brought with me my pinfishingrods.com. There'll be a link in the details. That's the Goliath, one of their reels, their tackle box, and their fly reel. Now, fly reel, if you buy the fly reel, you got to buy their fly line. It's specially made. Instead of 90 feet or 120 feet, it's 30 feet. It's made by scientific anglers. Otherwise, you're going to be cutting your fly line. And unless you have like an all level 2/8 fly line, it won't work. If you have a tapered fly line, you're throwing away money. Their fly line's cheaper, their fly line's good, their fly line's made to fit. So if you buy that fly reel, don't forget to get the fly line. And I put about 35-40 feet of 12-pound backing, I think 10 or 12-pound backing. I think it was 10-pound. 10 or 12-pound backing underneath. Just look on how to do a fly reel. You'll see how to do it. I don't want to explain everything, but under that 30 feet of fly line, you gotta have some extra line to take up the rule on the spool so the line's not compressed so tight. And also, if the 30 feet is, you say cast out 20 feet and you get something big, it takes off that 10 feet, boom, it's gonna spool you. If you have the backing, you got another 35-40 feet. So everything serves a purpose. But I'm gonna try fly fishing for some fish, and I'm gonna try, I can see surface feeding others. I'm gonna start off with my fly rod, and if not, I'll switch over to a Daredevil spoon, Old Faithful. But I can see surface feeding out there. That other one was a bird. But I can see some surface feeding out there. I got some wet flies, some terrestrial, some bugs. I think I'm gonna go with this popper at first. If not, I'll go down to smaller size, and then I'll try one of these. Actually, maybe I'll just go for one of these right off the bat. Yeah, one of these. And then I'll try the popper after. There's a bunch of bass bugs. This goes way back to Dale's Hackle and Tackle, before Orvis, before Bob Marriott's. That's Dale's Hackle and Tackle. Orangethorpe. Most people don't even remember Dale's Hackle and Tackle. I have flies left over from there. Yeah. Professional. Okay, pinfishingrods.com. I got this fly from a website called Feathercraft. It's a variation of a bluegill bug. Works for bass, works for trout. It sinks quick. Oh, hook up. Largemouth bass. Base. It's all about the base. See them down to the backing. Maybe it's not 30 feet. Maybe it's 20 feet. Rocky Jr. Probably older than most of you watching. I got it on eBay. So the lake has quadrupled in size from the last time I saw it. Having some lakeside lunch. Eat, I'll finish off the lake going around the other side and I'll head back to camp. Back to the rendezvous, see who else has arrived. If I was going to stealth camp this lake, that either there or yeah, probably there. Low, I'd go there. But bear and tend to come through here, and bighorn sheep and deer, so I'd want to see them. So I'd probably camp right up there, so I got a full view of the lake in the morning. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Good old iced tea. Okay, switch back to the fly rod. I don't have any real lures with me. I was trying for trout, but there's no trout up here. It's too warm. So I got a small yellow popper on there. There are 3 or 4 bass right by it right now. So they're interested in it. Let's see. one under it. Oh, he hit it. I seen him hit it. He come up from below. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this small crawdad. It's weighted, it's a beadhead. I can get down to him. I'll try the crawdad, then I'll try the worm. Then I'll try the this black fly here, or no, maybe this one. I don't know. It's getting late in the day. I gotta get out of here pretty soon. But when next I cast, I'm casting with a crawdad. Beadhead woolly bugger. Flashback. Final fly of the afternoon. A variation of Dave's hopper, but with the colors of the local grasshoppers up here. Hook up. Dave's hopper. Base. Base. I don't know if I should eat him or not. Such a beautiful snake. I got food. I'm not gonna eat it. I think he just wanted to get something to drink. I'll just put him down here. There you go, buddy. Have a good life. I'm not gonna eat you.